Hello dear friends, how are you? And how your UiPath learning is going on? Hope you are doing well. Actually, there is no alternate way to survive in our industry without knowing it. You must be aware of one of the statistics published by PwC that 30% of the manual jobs are at potential risk and will be automated by mid 2030s. So the job most of us used to do nowadays will be replaced by a robot. So this is the right time to learn any of the RPA tools that are available in the market and have the market leadership. I would prefer UiPath to start with because it comes with a community edition with a free license and required leisure or zero prior coding experience. Having a programming knowledge may be advantageous, but it is not mandatory. You will get to see the reason behind it in this tutorial. Today, I will demonstrate you a very simple but interesting example where a bot itself will log in into Gmail account with user ID and password. If you are new in RPA, then this is the good example to start with. Before starting, my request, please subscribe this channel and click the bell button to get notified with the latest video which are about to come. Let's start. So first step is just open your UiPath Studio, and if you don't have UiPath Studio installed in your machine and you don't know how to install it, let me know in my comment section. I will send you the link. Okay, now in the activity pane, just type open browser. So who are new in the RPA, for them, so the left pane indicate the activity list. So you can drag those activity, whatever required based on your scenario, you need to drag those things into the workspace. So I am dragging open browser activity. I have just typed the open, then it's showing all the activity starts with open. So I am just dragging the open browser into the workspace. Okay. Now what I will do, I will open a browser. In this case, I am opening Internet Explorer. You can open any browser that you want. Now I will open the Gmail account where from I can log in. So the login page will appear. Okay. Now I am copying this address, copying this URL and putting over there open browser section within double quotes. Okay, so that's done. So what it will do is it will go and will open a browser and will enter this URL. Now here in the right side, those are the properties section. So you have to select which type of browser is this. So as I have used IE, so I'm selecting IE. So here you can observe there are Firefox, Chrome and Edge are options. So I'm just selecting this, just mouse overing this, and will just click once. So once I click, so the activity indicating it actually properly click that, identified that next button, and while executing it will click on that button. So that's done. I don't have to write and or don't have to modify anything within that. So that is the second step. So once the next button will be clicked, okay, so we have to write the code and we have to rewrite the code and have to change a bit. So before typing into the username, what I will do is I will click over use another account this portion. So to do this, I will drag the click activity just before the type into user activity. So here we have drag the typed into activity where we perform writing of our username. So before that we will just click into that portion, use another account. So just click over there, indicate element inside the browser and indicate that portion where you want to click. So I'm indicating use another account, this portion. So you can see the UiPath has properly recognized in which portion I just want to click. And you can also follow the properties sections of the click activity. So there is also delay after and delay before. You can specify any number of times in millisecond, so it will wait. Let's say I am providing 1000 millisecond, that means 1 second in the delay after section. So what will happen is after clicking this, it will wait for 1 second, then it will do the next step. You can also use the delay before whenever required. So that's done. Now again run this program and let's see what happened. So it will open the internet browser, we'll click over there, we'll type the user ID, we'll press next, we'll type the password. Some problem occurred during that, okay? So let's see what happened. So in the password section, what we will do that before typing into the password, we will just put the delay after performing the click operation, because it may happen that before coming into that page, the UiPath started writing this password into that input box, but maybe that page was not available in that time. So it's always good to just give few seconds delay between each activity. So I have just put the 1 second or maybe 2 second delay. So it will click next. After providing the username, it will click next and will wait for 2 seconds. Then it will try to put the password. Okay, and after typing the password again, I am providing a delay of 1 second before click on the next button. Now let's just rerun the program and let's see what happens. So it will open the browser and will click on this and will write the username, will click next, will type the password, and this time it type properly and will click next, and the Gmail has been successfully logged in. Right, you can see here. So it is done properly. Right, pretty easy, simple. Now I will tell you one thing additionally. So instead of writing the text directly into the type into activity, it's not a good practice. So because anytime if you want to reuse this program into some other functionality where the mail ID or password is different, so each time the user need to change into the code, which is not a good idea. So how we can change this? So instead of writing hard code value into the programming code, so we will use read text. So there is an option, if you write just read text, so we'll get read text file option is there. So just drag the read text file, okay, and in a physical location just rewrite, just create a text file with name, whatever name you can suggest, anything. In that case username I am writing, and provide the username. So in that case I will just copy paste from username. So I have just set the variable from there, and you can check the variable from here also. So username, and that is a string type of variable, right? Okay. Now I will write the user that variable name over there. Instead of writing the hardcode value, I will just write the variable that I have just created. Okay, so that's done. In that way you can change the password also. So I'm not changing, so that's your home task, I can say. Now rerun the program again and let's see what happens. Yes, so it successfully typed the username and password and click the next button to get into the Gmail account. So that is done. So hope you enjoyed and you learned the basic thing, and try just to replicate this thing at your home. And if you have any questions, any doubt, just let me know in the comment section, and please do subscribe my channel to get some new updates in coming days. Thank you. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.